Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anil, and in this Electron JS video tutorial we will learn about some important app events, or you can say that some important lifecycle events also. So what is app event and lifecycle events, we will learn with the official documentation. But before that, let's just go through with the points of this video. We will get to know some important event name with the practical example, and these events will be fall in three categories: whenever our app is ready, when we are just exiting the app, and some other events like focus, blur and all. And this is my Instagram account if you just want to join me here. All right, so what is app? First of all, so app is basically a major module of Electron, right? Here you can see that whenever we are just working with the Electron, we just importing the app from Electron, and we are just opening or performing events with the app here, right? So the other events we will also perform, like here with the app quit, app exist, app focus, app blur and all. We'll do it here, right? But the important thing is we just need to know that app is a major module of Electron, right? And as you know, the every API, or you can say that the module, belong to the one process, either from main or either from renderer, and app process is basically belongs to the main process. That's why we will work in main.js only inside it. If this belong to the renderer, then we will work inside our front end part, like index.html file and all, right? But as we know, this is belong to the main, so we will work with the main process and main.js. Right, so what we just have inside it here, whenever we'll just click on it, we will find that app is basically control our lifecycle events. Here you can see that what kind of events, like close all windows, app ready, and again it's before quit or will quit. These are events are all handled by the app API, or you can say that the app module. So now let's start with the events. So let's say, first of all, this is example of whenever we are just opening our window, it will just open whenever our application is ready, right? Even we can use some other events also. So let's say I'm just going to remove it, and let's try to run it on npm run watch. And now you will see that everything is running, but our application window is not opened here because we are not just run this function. So we can run in a when ready event, or we can use some other event also, like app dot on ready, and we can just make a arrow function inside the second one, and we can just run here create window like this, right? And now our application is open here. You can see that. So this is the one example. So whenever we just get to know that when our application is ready, we want to open something or call something, so we can just use it like this. So the second thing is, sometimes we need to know that our application is ready or not. So how we can check that? So for that, you can just simply use here app dot is ready. So whenever I will call it, you will just see that it will be false. Here you can see that this is false, because whenever is just code is running, our application is still not ready. When our application is ready, it will just call this function. So if I am just going to put inside it, then you will find that our application is ready now. This is true, right? Or let's say you just want to use it inside the some timestamp events or time interval and all, then still you can use here set timeout, and just put here like 1 second, and here you can just put it like this, and now you will just get true here, because this event basically take 1 second, and till now our application is just got ready. So now let's say you just want to know that when we are just closing our application, you want to call something, or you want to call some function. So that you can just simply call here app dot on before quit, right? And we can just call it like this and just make a console dot one here called before app quit, right? So now let's see when it will called. So as you can see that this is still not called. Now let's try to close our application with the file and exit, and now you can just get to know that this is called here, right? Just before our application is called. So how we just know that it just called before our application is closed? Because whenever we will just close application, we get this console, right? So this event can help us to preventing our application to close, right? So let's say I just use here e, and now I want to use event.prevent default. Now if you want to close our application, it will not going to work, right? So now let's try it. I am just going to close it. We just got this console here, but our application is still open, right? Again try, again. Why this is not working? Because we just prevent the default functionalities, that's why. So we have one more similar function here, and I just want to tell you that will quit, right? And here you can just write here will quit. But in this function it will just around same to the before quit, but event dot prevent default is not work here. Here you can see that whenever I will just click on it, our console is called, but our application is still closed. So this will not work here, right? All good. So now let's we just want to check that our application is just in a front or on top, or we are just focusing on the other window. That time you can just check here, just use here app dot focus event, right? So just use here on and just use here browser focus, and you can just write here any console, and just write here app you are currently using this app, right? So whenever I will just, you can see that I will open it, we just got this console here. So let me just you can see that I'm just focusing on my Visual Studio Code, and I'm again opening it, and it will just tell me again that you are currently using this app, because we are on now this application. Let's try once more. Whenever we will open it, we got one more console. So how we just get to know that our application is not in focus or blur? So that you can just simply use here blur event you are not using app, right? So whenever I will just focus on any other application, let's say I'm just trying to use the Visual Studio Code, then oh sorry, I just need to use here blur, not blue, right? So let's say I'm just going to focus on Visual Studio Code, and now it will telling that you are not using application. Again, you are currently using application. Let's focus out, you are not using our application, right? So that's the way that how we can use some important lifecycle methods. Yes, there is some more events like open URL and active and all. These only are you can say that the platform specific. They will be work only on Mac machine, not on Windows, right? So in some other videos we will also talk about this kind of topics. So thanks for watching this video. Bye bye, take care.